next few songs I'm going to do are romance-themed knitting songs. So that was a very common theme of many of these songs, apart from the knitting and the war. So the next two songs focus on the imagined potential for relationships between the girls back home knitting for the soldiers who are away at war.
And although a lot of that was really up to the imagination of these songwriters, there was actually some reality in terms of those connections between the knitters and the soldiers, in that the knitters would often include little notes for the soldiers to read packaged inside the knitting. And I also want to mention that one interesting thing that the first of these two songs that we're going to sing is that the first one, the lyrics touch upon that the garments that the soldiers were sent did not always fit them. And in some cases, they weren't even what they actually needed. Like if they were sent a sweater, but really they just needed socks, and then they had a sweater and no socks, and that, or they had two sweaters and no socks. So actually, in an effort to standardize what was made, the Red Cross issued their own knitting patterns. And one of the most significant contributions that these did was they offered a way to measure gauge. And if you're not I know there's some people who aren't knitters or crocheters in this audience, but gauge is just essentially how large each stitch is, and it's measured in terms of like stitches per inch or stitches in 4 inches and stuff like that. So yeah, the Red Cross patterns made sure that there was some way to standardize how the garments were made and what sizes they came in, and just made sure that they were actually usable. And I want to read an excerpt from a pattern that I found from the Red Cross patterns. And I just was really impressed with how good description of the gauge they give for this is for a pattern for gloves. And so they call it scale. So for scale, they say 6 stitches to the inch, 8 rows to the inch. Make a sample to find out how many stitches are required for you to knit an inch. If your scale is not that given here, try a smaller or larger needle until you obtain the scale. If you have to use a different size needle from that called for above, it will not in any way alter the garment provided you knit 6 stitches to the inch and 8 rows to the inch. And that is just really good advice. And patterns nowadays do tell you what the gauge is. They don't always give you all of this background information to make sure your gauge is correct. So I found that really interesting. So yeah, let's sing now.
Yeah. This is I Wonder Who's Knitting for Me, and then There's a Girl Who is Knitting for You.
Johnny Jones enlisted in this war of liberty, and every place that Johnny went, this sight he'd always see. The girls were knitting things for boys, all fighting in the fray. When a sweet girl knitting, young Johnny Jones would say, I wonder who's knitting for me. I wonder just who she can be. Now I wonder if she's tall, I wonder if she's small. I'd love her, I'd love her, I'd for her I would fall. It's comforting, you must admit, to know that she's doing her bit. Knit, 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 the girls are knitting. I wonder who's knitting for me. Johnny in the trenches got a box the other day, and in that box a pair of socks were neatly packed away, all wrapped in tissue paper and with ribbons on them too. Johnny Jones was disappointed when he found they wouldn't do.